Oh, got it. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
good.
I have to do this thing. Okay.
You're okay? Yeah,
Mm,
good. Okay. So, thank you, Sharon. I have never done an interview before with any of my clients and friends that are postmenopausal and as fit, if not fitter, than when they were younger women. So,
correct. Thank
and
you.
I say that because I know that you've had a long fitness journey. You know, from when you were a kid, how you wanted to, change your body. You've told me that you've tried different diets and everything. And I think it's important to point out that we worked together one-on-one pre-COVID when
Yes.
I was, doing my 12 hours a day on a gym floor as a trainer. But
Yeah, long time.
But I have noticed, and I think you have too, that not only have you changed the way you work out now, but also you've changed your body. And
Yeah.
women, and most women will say, "Oh, I was really good until I hit menopause or perimenopause, and then everything went to shit and I got fat and it's my hormones."
Yeah, you know what I find amazing is that, for the most part, I think, and I can say this for women, not just men. We're talking about women. They get a free pass. You get a free pass when you're young. You have a lot of muscle in your body. A lot of it's genetics. So I never got a free pass. So I always, like, as far as I can remember, I always had to watch what I was eating. And I remember I got the Jane Fonda aerobic tape in 1980, and I was 10, and I was on the floor I was exercising. I was never really good at gym class, but I did my Jane Fonda at home.
Yeah.
And yeah, and so I was never really good at sports, but I was like always working out at home, and people like know me as, yeah, I'm a thin person. Totally, I was always slim. I was careful what I ate. I remember like backpacking through Europe, and I didn't eat very well there, and so I came home a little heavier and joined Weight Watchers, and all was taken care of, and it was fine. I was, doing aerobics, and I was watching what I was eating, and I was okay. And it worked with you, and I was thin, but I didn't have any muscle tone, and
Right.
that is the huge difference.
Yeah.
And I think someone would say, "Oh, so just work out harder or run longer, eat less." But that doesn't work. That's not the way you do it. So if anything, I'm working out less. I'm working out less now, and
Mhm.
I'm eating more, which is so liberating. It's fabulous. Like, I eat so much food that I put everything on my plate, and they're like, "Are you sure you eat all that?" "Oh, yeah. I'm
And
gonna
we're
eat it
and we're
all."
not we're not specifically getting you to do anything for a particular goal other than maintaining and where you are, but you did something that I think is very brave and very remarkable, and I can say that
Thank
because I've done it myself, that a lot of women won't do. So when I take a call with a woman and she tells me, "But I've been working out and I just can't get rid of this fat. What do you do?" Well, I'm doing can't say the word, boot camp classes 4 times a week. I'm taking a spin class. I'm doing yoga. I'm going, "How many times do you lift weights?" "Oh, I lift weights in the boot camp classes." No, that's not going to be good enough. When I tell them it's probably going to be a good 6 months to a year to get everything working well, if you have even just you know, 20, 30 pounds to lose because you need to build up muscle. So you're maybe not going to see the scale moving. They're so frightened. And when I said to you, I feel that we have come as far as we can in getting you lean. But if you want to get leaner and be able to eat the kind of food you do and not have to work out like a crazy person, we need to go on a 4, 5 month build
Mhm.
where you will, if you train properly, gain great amounts of muscle, but you're also going to gain fat and it's going to be
Mhm,
uncomfortable.
mhm.
So, what was that like for you?
Well, it wasn't fun, but looking back, I'm so glad I did it, and I would probably do it again.
You would?
It's Yeah, I probably would do it again. I don't know when, but I would probably do it again, because I did develop great muscle. So it was a period where I did 0 cardio, and you just said, "Eat, eat, eat, keep eating." It was like, "Okay." And it was actually during Passover, and it was very easy to eat all that food during that time, so it was a pleasure. And then, it was hard because I couldn't do my pants up. But you kept saying, this is temporary." And the key is that I trusted you.
Yes, thank you.
That is a very big component. You have to trust your coach. You have to trust your doctor. You have to trust your teacher. You have to trust the process. That is the key. And I used to say to my kids when I told them to do certain things, they would say, "Yeah, but mummy." So I say, "There's no but mummies."
Right.
So there's no but Deborahs.
You're right.
It's Sharon, this is what you do. Like, okay. And even though, yeah, but I wanna, no, listen to Deborah and it works. You've been doing this for how long?
Oh, I've been in the fitness industry for 36 years now. Yeah, I just turned
I
59.
think you know your stuff.
Yeah.
I think you do. So it's the trust and trust in the process. And this was very temporary. It was very temporary. And yeah, I did cry to you. Yeah. And you said, "It's okay. It's okay." And I needed that part of that soft coaching, or that little bit of like arm around me. It's going to be all
Yes.
right. And that's okay too. I mean, all this whole journey is going to have its ups and downs, and I know ebbs and flows, and just like anything you do, there's no to success, there's no straight line, for crying out loud. Like, this
No.
is my third book I just recently published. This is
Yeah.
my interviewing space for all that you want to know where I'm sitting right now. And do you think it was an easy trail up to publication?
Well, no, and I was
No.
going to say you were busy writing and in editing and back and forth. So
Mhm.
you don't exactly do that while you're sitting on a spin bike, like you're sitting, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
gain a whole lot of weight. Did you give up your workouts because you had a lot of deadlines and you were ridiculously busy?
No. No, because absolutely not, because this time, there's like I think it's about an hour, per session on average, maybe an hour and 10 minutes that I needed to allocate for this time, this lady the F up time.
Yeah.
I made it happen. I put it into my schedule. It's important for me. This is my activity, my time. I don't play tennis. I don't play cards. I have
No.
joined a book club, but I don't play pickleball, hockey, no. Curling. I don't do any of those sports, but this is my sport, and it makes me feel fantastic. So I make sure, I mean, every schedule is different. Every, routine is different. I'm a 4 time a week gal, and I'm put it in my schedule, and like my writing time, I
Yeah,
make it happen.
exactly. No, and reason why I point that out is because I I think that we are all very like we all look at our own sort of schedules and things we have to deal with in life and we think we are the busiest person that we know. Even though we'll tell somebody else, "Wow, you're so busy, like it's amazing." But when you don't when you don't prioritize it, then maybe your why isn't strong enough or you're looking for a way out. But the other thing, Sharon, is that you're very coachable. Like I can say things to you and you take it always in the right way as a, okay, this is feedback to make me better. And you've even said to me that it's helped you with your writing career because you're better at scheduling and staying focused when you realize that this needs to get done, you know?
Yeah, there are plenty of times in both instances, my editor said, this sentence, this paragraph is not working. It's not clear. You're not being descriptive enough." I said, "Okay, okay, I trust you and I'm gonna fix it. And then there are times where like, you're not I wasn't eating enough vegetables. Like you say that you are, but you're not. So, and you told me what I need to do and you put on my schedule. Okay. And so I made it a point where, well, I'm gonna have to get some more raw veggies or whatever I like to eat of my vegetables and make sure it's
Yep.
chopped and cleaned at the ready so that I know the 100 grams I need. I just take it next to my desk and
Which
I
is
eat it.
not a lot. Like 100 grams of broccoli barely fits into the palm of your hand.
No, it's a pleasure.
Right. But
No,
it's
yeah, just do it.
all it was like making sure that I wanted you to have 500 grams of weight in vegetables and fruit.
I
And
wasn't doing
then,
it.
and the reason we did that was because we have an alumni program. You were in alumni. And then, you had said to me, nothing has changed. You know me. I'm very, very on the ball, but things aren't working. So I went in and I was able to say, highlight this isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. This is for your goals, right?
Mhm.
Like for somebody else's goals, it might be okay. And then we're working together and we got you back to where you wanted to be. And then the same thing happened in the fall. You said to me, well,
Something's not
like I
working.
haven't changed anything. I'm absolutely doing exactly what you said. I'm sticking to my macros. So I'm looking and I'm thinking she did stick to her macros. So let's see what she's filling those macros with.
Oh, it wasn't good.
Well,
It wasn't good.
but
That's okay, you caught me,
but
and
it's
I
not
took
it's
the
not even
bait.
a caught. It's like
Fine.
that's my job, right? To look and say,
Yeah,
just
I
because
was
you
like,
stick to
"Okay."
macros doesn't mean that this is a good thing for you. So
Yeah,
you weren't having donuts, but having,
I was having
whatever you
hot
were
chocolate
having.
every night, and it fit into my macros beautifully, but that's not gonna work, Sharon.
No,
So I cut it down to, like, maybe once a week, like, have a little bit, but make
right.
sure you eat your veggies, and it worked.
Yeah,
It's like, I have to say that eating those extra veggies before, during, whatever my meals, it's like putting, like, super gasoline in my car. It's like difference between, like, regular fuel and, like, supercharged. And just everything just works better, especially when you're a postmenopause. The more veggies you have, the better you feel, period.
right.
I
Exactly.
also
And
wanna
you
say
and you do your workouts at home alone too, right? You don't have a
oh,
trainer.
yes. So people say to me, "Gee, you're so motivated." And I hate to I don't wanna mock that or anything, but to be honest with you, the word motivation is off the table. I'm not motivated. It's complete discipline.
Yeah.
I know that I have an agenda book and I live by it. And when you give me on Saturday my workouts, I fill it all in, just like my writing time or whatever I need to do. And I just know that after breakfast, after I brush my teeth, I go downstairs and I do my workout and then my day happens. That's just how it is. And
Yeah.
it's not like every day I'm like, yes, going downstairs to work out. All right. No, like
No.
I don't want to be here, but I lady the F up and I just go down there and I know I feel better afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, you were going to say something before that.
And I forget what it was because that's
Oh, see, that's
postmenopause.
menopause brain.
Well, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it. Okay. So I think people my age or maybe younger or older, they think that they have to go to boot camp, I'm not gonna say the word, or just run. And maybe that worked in when they were 18 or 20, but it just doesn't work now. And I just know, like for me, it doesn't work. I was in my 40s and you saw me, it was spinning and I was running and running and nothing was really I was thin, but nothing was there was no definition. There was nothing there.
Right. You didn't have
Um,
the body that represented the amount of effort that you were putting in.
that's frustrating. Don't you think I
And
wanna
you
be
were
rewarded?
eating, I know because when I started working with you, we kind of figured it out. You were eating close to 400 calories less a day.
Oh,
You weren't down to 1200 like some silly women because you're not short. You're 5'5", right? Almost 5'6".
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you were, but you weren't. upwards towards the 2000, and then we had you well over that before. And that's what I think is really important for women to know, that not every woman is going to be able to maybe get her calories up. But if you are always doing cardio and under eating, especially in perimenopause and postmenopause, then all you're doing is setting yourself up for failure, because you're teaching your body how to be efficient with less. You have less muscle, and nothing is going to support your metabolism. And it has
Yeah.
little to do with your um, estrogen levels, which everybody's so quick to point out and blame.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this lifestyle is much more rewarding. I love it. I hope to do it for as long as I can.
Oh, and I think you will. And that's why I want to talk to my successful postmenopausal clients, because I know that when I say it as a lady the F up coach, there's always that bit of like, oh, I don't know. Like, she's always been in fitness. She's probably like, she's one of the lucky ones.
Because
Because,
you were a gymnast.
and yes, I got a pass my whole life.
Right.
I got a pass until I was late 40s. Like, it hit me late, where one day I went, what's this back fat and where did it come from? And I realized, I had to change the way I ate. And then it was when I met my own coach, and he was basically telling me, it's great that you have some muscle, but all those spinning classes that you're teaching and all those bar classes that you're teaching, along with personal training people, like, you're not doing yourself any justice. You know the science. You need to smarten up. Like, so first thing I did was give up my spinning classes. Like, I literally resigned within 3 weeks, gave my notice, like, I'm not teaching spinning anymore. And did it impact my income? Well, yeah, a little bit, but I just filled it with personal training. And I thought, well, this is when I'm going to have to start focusing in on me. So while I've always been fit and took care of myself, I didn't really get the memo for the invitation to the party to build muscle till I was in my late 40s as well, because I didn't need to. I looked muscular, I was strong,
Mhm.
being in fitness had always worked until
Yeah.
it didn't. And and that's why it's like you're a real woman with a real job and a career, three grown children now, but you've been fit your whole life. You've been a really good role model. Like,
I hope so.
well, yeah, you have a son that likes to really bodybuild too, don't you? Or is
Yeah,
it
yeah,
both your
he
boys?
does. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And no, and they're both, they're all into fitness. I hope to be a good role model. Hope they see what I'm doing, and that I take care of myself, and also that I don't really drink anymore.
Yeah.
And I party sometimes. Oh, come on, Sharon. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I just it doesn't. And why? It doesn't make me feel good. It honestly doesn't make me feel good. So, on Shabbat, I would have maybe a little bit of scotch, an ounce. Any more, then I'm like,
Right.
I
You just
just
don't.
it just, yeah, it doesn't agree with me. I have to be careful, and it all affects my workout the next day because I like to work out on a Saturday.
Yeah, and
Uh,
I honestly, I'd rather chew my calories than slurp them. Like,
so it's just once a week for me, if anything.
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's
Yeah,
good. That's
yeah.
good. I did have a question. Oh yeah. What did you find helped you the most when you were with your workouts, when you're going through those crazy times with perimenopause and you're just feeling like it's almost like going through major PMS or puberty again, but it's like, you're transitioning. What was
Mhm.
it that, if or do you even remember, that your workouts helped you with?
Well, I can say that, like, cardio is still incorporated into my routine, but not a lot. So 20 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe, let's say on average 20 minutes per session. So I just really made sure I had some great music and I went for a 20-minute run or a 20-minute Peloton ride. elliptical to make sure I get all my sillies out. But when I'm, strength training, resistance training, I don't know what
It
the
doesn't
proper,
matter. Sure. Your
whatever,
strength has
lifting.
gone up.
Yeah. So just really pushing through it and really making sure that the time that I spent in my basement is quality time for me. So I would think like this is my time. Don't rush through it. It's for you. It'll make you feel good. So almost like self-talk to say this is not because I have to, because I'm able to and I want to, and it's for me. It's my sport.
It's your sport.
I take it seriously.
Yeah, no, that's good. And you know, I believe that when somebody is embarking on something and they really like it, there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of an obsessive nature towards it if the habit is healthy for you. Where it would be a problem is if I had you 7 days a week going crazy, tracking to the gram, like you're taking your scale with you to restaurants. Oh, by the way, do you eat out at restaurants?
I eat about once a week at restaurants, and
Yeah,
I
and you travel, right?
yes, yeah, I do travel. When I do travel though, I try to eat in. I visit friends or family, like in Montreal, where I'm from, and there's a kitchen, and
Right.
so I eat in. And it's funny, like I just was visiting my parents in Florida. Do you want to go out for dinner? No, I'd rather spend the money on something else. So I guess I'm not a foodie. I get my kicks on getting manicures. Sorry, that's
Yeah.
just my
No,
thing.
no, I hear you. And
It's just
again, the thing is that everybody has to sort of pick what works best for them. And
mhm.
you're doing what you love because you love how you feel and how you look. And you know, and for
But we
other
do go out
people, if
once a
they
week.
want to go and eat out, they can. You just have to learn how to accommodate for those, those the way restaurants prepare food, and and it's just about preparation.
And asking, and it doesn't hurt to ask. So we go out for dinner and I order fish and this says butter on the side, a butter sauce. I asked the waiter, "Can I just not have the butter sauce?" And like I'm probably ruining it for the chef. And 9 times out of 10, they say sure. And the other time, like, no, that chef won't, he won't do that. He won't stray from his recipe. Fine. So
Yeah.
but I tried and I asked. Another thing about the word obsessiveness, and I want to point this out because I think this is really important to discuss. If you take a student, for example, they want to get into med school, let's just say, and they study all day, all night, and they write the MCAT not once, not twice, but 3 times. What do you say? Do you say, "Oh my god, you're so obsessed? Like, when are you gonna stop?" Like, "No, I want to be a doctor, and I will stop at nothing to get there."
That's
Right?
right.
So, I'm not saying that I'm, exercising all day, all night, measuring to the T, like, I'm not like that, but I take it seriously, and you may see it as being a little obsessive, but I want to feel a certain way. I want my clothes to fit me. I don't wanna go buy new clothes. I wanna wear the clothes that I wore a couple of years ago. They're still good pants. I'm not getting rid of them.
Right.
So, I will modify my behavior and my practices so I'm able to do that. I'm able to wear my clothes and I'm able to feel good.
I think that's a really good point because you're absolutely right. That's we tend to put judgment where a subject, a topic, or an activity doesn't align with where we are. So it's much easier to say, oh, those women are just obsessive, rather than, wow, she's really committed to her goals. And, instead of judging you, it should be, Sharon, how could you like could you show me how you're so committed? You know what I mean? Like
Be happy to.
you're a good role model. Like you're a very good role model for women that are postmenopausal. And it's I hate to say it, but the women that complain the most about not getting results are the ones that aren't following what they need to do. And if you can be fit and not look super lean, that's fine if that's where you want to be and you're healthy. You
Yes.
can be looking very lean and look fit, but be unhealthy. So it's never about a look, it's about the whole package. And,
Yes.
you know, especially being postmenopausal, where we don't have the estrogen if we're not taking hormone therapies, you know, all cause mortality starts with a common denominator, and that's obesity. So whether, you know, it's cancer, heart disease, stroke, diabetes,
Hmm.
high blood pressure, high cholesterol, these, they all have something in common. So, uh, well, thank you. I do. Oh, one other thing.
Sure.
You did a big sort of out of your comfort zone. And what do you remember what that was with?
It was my photo shoot.
Yeah. So,
Very out of my comfort zone.
and we
Yeah.
prepped you, we did the build and then prepped you for the photo shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are
Yeah.
you still able to wear the same clothes that you did for the photo shoot?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
So
am.
I think, and that's 18 months later.
Oh, wow. Has it been that long? Yes. 18 months later, I'm still have the same jeans. I still have the same outfit that I got. Yeah. I can
They'll
still
have the
wear it.
same abs. I look at those abs every week and go, oh my gosh, like she's got like you honestly, for having had 3 kids, you have like the best midsection.
Oh, thank you. Well,
No,
it's
you
work.
do.
It's work and eating well. It's abs are made in the kitchen, as they always
Yeah.
say, but it's work, but it's just it's being conscious and also, thinking about what's my end goal.
Oh,
Like what
Sharon,
do
do
I
you
want?
eat carbs, by the way?
Yes. And I say that like I'm tilting my head saying, yeah, a lot.
I
He-
know.
Heck yes. Like,
And do you eat fats?
yes.
So
I'm
like you
sorry, I
would
shouldn't
have
say
peanut butter, nut
yeah.
butters,
My
avocado.
favorite is almond butter. Like I'm an almond butter freak, so I love that. Almond butter, cheese, not in these order, but like sweet potato, squash, breads. I do try to find breads with a higher fiber content because I read that.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong. Strive for 50 grams of fiber per day.
Oh,
I should.
wow, that's amazing if you could.
I don't do it every day, but I strive for it. So like I'm in the 30s, 40s. So the higher the bread, like the fiber content, the bread, the better.
Yeah.
So yeah, I eat bread oh yeah, all the time. Crackers, and then fruits, like a lot of fruit, a lot of vegetables, but there is nothing on my diet that is restrictive really.
No.
Definitely not. I believe it, like, when people say, "I love carbs," like, sorry to wince and to make fun of that, but I find that really ridiculous, and you're not gonna get anywhere. Like, you may lose weight, you will lose weight, but it's gonna come back like that.
Well, yeah, it's not fat that you're losing. First of all, it's a lot of water and you're gonna
Don't
just
you love carbs? I do.
yes.
Love potatoes, love
Oh,
bread,
yeah.
delicious.
I'm one of the type of people that carbs actually, even like the healthiest carbs, can make me feel a little bit bloated and sluggish. I'm a very high protein, higher fats type of person for my own body.
Mhm,
But do I like carbs? Oh, absolutely. Do I eat them? Absolutely. But
mm.
some women just, they gag on how much protein they have to have.
Yeah,
And, you know,
I get creative with it. I don't eat meat or chicken, by the way, so that's, like, something that is a
exactly.
challenge.
Yeah.
But, egg whites I eat dairy, so Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, egg whites, and I eat a lot of fish.
Sounds good to me.
So
So, before I let you go, if
sure.
you were to go back to yourself as a young woman, what would
Uh-huh.
you tell her about the fitness journey?
Oh, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. But please step away from the aerobics class. Like, please come into the weight room. Like, step away, step away. But, I was doing what everyone was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Remember the step? Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. I remember it
Oh,
well.
like hours, like please like step away from that. But I didn't know it is part of the journey, and now I can talk about it and write about it, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. I didn't, I started weight training when I was pregnant with Lauren. So that was 30 years ago.
oh
And I
wow.
had a friend that was pregnant with her daughter. Her daughter's name is Carly. And we had our kids within 3 weeks of each other, or was it 3 weeks or 3 months? I don't remember. You lose touch. But we would work out, and women would tell us to our faces, "You're disgusting. You care more about your own body than your baby. You shouldn't be
Oh my
lifting weights." And now I train so many women, like I coach them online that are pregnant or postnatal, and it's all like I I wish to experience what that would be like to like be able to work out, be pregnant, and have people tell you how amazing you are. But oh yeah, like
that's
if
terrible.
oh yeah, then we would just be like, in fact, I was so I didn't really pop out with my second because I was keeping myself quite trim. I was eating, and somebody said to me, you're a very fit woman, but maybe you should do some abs, like for your tummy." And I said, "Oh, I'm 5 months pregnant. No, I'm not doing abs."
Oh,
But we've come a long way from then. And so yeah, I think that's great advice. You'd invite the young women into the weight room and not to
yeah.
spend all her time in the cardio area.
It's part of the journey. It's just part of the journey and just have to learn from it and move on, right?
I think you need to write a book now, and have the protagonist be somebody that needs to, I don't know, incorporate fitness. Like,
I have some stories in my head. I have some
yeah,
things I have to write down. Yeah, I'll
good
get
for
to it.
you.
Thank
Good.
you.
Okay,
Well,
so
thank you
thanks,
for having
Sharon.
me on your YouTube show.
My little YouTube thing, I want to show other women that normal women go through menopause and it's not as scary. Because
Yeah.
I know that when I was training older women and they were in menopause and I was 32, I was like, holy shit. The things they would tell me, like I got fatter here and fatter here. And I was like, I'm not gonna be able to handle that. Like I'm not gonna be able to do my job. And it
Mhm.
wasn't about being fat. It was just like, what happens that your body just all of a sudden is taken away from you? And I also didn't have the education, and that's why I threw myself into it. And I
Mhm.
realized, oh, your lifestyle,
Mhm.
it's your lifestyle.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, like
You
changes
know?
happen.
Yeah, exactly. You have to embrace it and then deal with it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Sharon.
you're very welcome.
Enjoy your untracked meal tonight.
Oh, it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, yeah. Are we still recording? Oh, yeah, I guess you'll take
Stopping
that one.
now.